Hello everyone and welcome to another movie review by Centipede Geek. In this video I'll be talking about a film by the name of The Night House. This film stars an actress by the name of Rebecca Hall, and just so everyone knows, spoilers will be ahead. Pretty much what this film is about, it's one of those very bleak and what you could call a very depressing film. It has a very sad plot when you think about it. It's about a girl's husband and he commits suicide. And then it's kind of about her dealing with the suicide after his death, and she's just kind of trying to deal with life. And long story short, she starts to kind of see images of him, and then she starts to see a house out across the lake, and she ends up going to this house and finding all these things about her husband that she didn't know, that she previously didn't know, and that's pretty much the main plot of this film. Overall, what did I think about this movie? I really enjoyed this film. What I like to call films like this is, I would call this film kind of a psychological thriller or a psychological horror thriller. I always like films that kind of confuse you and make you kind of use your mind, and this one will definitely trick you in a couple of places. And at the end of the day, you'll definitely feel like you've used your mind when watching a film like this. It has some really neat, I guess you could say, kind of subtle use of special effects or subtle use of CGI. And as I said, spoilers ahead, there's some great scenes at the end, or towards the end of the movie, where it's like the nothingness that haunts her. It's almost like as if the nothingness is like a ghost or something. And so that's really cool. I like the tone of the movie. There's really not too much happiness in the movie. There's a lot of sadness, as I said earlier. It's a very bleak film, and there's just really cool scenes, especially towards the end when she's like sitting on the boat and stuff, and she has the gun in her mouth, and she's getting ready to commit suicide just like her husband did. And then of course, as I said, spoilers, they're able to come out there and stop her from committing suicide. So I like the tone of the film a lot. It's one of those slow burn sort of psychological horror thrillers that if you're into that slow burn plot, like I have tended to be a lot into recently, then I definitely think you're going to dig it. This is definitely, in my opinion, I've seen films similar to this, but I do think that this film, is definitely original and unique, and it executes the plot in a way that I haven't seen done yet, at least with this sort of film. Night House is definitely one of those probably underrated films, I would say, of this year, and probably one of the better films I've seen this year. I really liked it, and you hadn't really. This is one of those films that you really didn't really hear much about. I believe it went to theaters, but it didn't have a very long theatrical run. And then it was released pretty quickly on streaming to demand, as most films are nowadays because of COVID-19. So I'm curious to see what other people think about it. I really liked the movie. Rebecca Hall, she's a great actress, and she does a fantastic role in this film. She does really great. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I really enjoyed this movie. It's great sort of finding out the mystery behind the film as she finds the house in the middle of the woods and digs beneath it and finds the bodies, and then later on finds out that her husband was involved with a couple of different girls, and then there's this nothingness that is coming to get him, and the nothingness that comes to get her. So it's got a really cool concept and sort of mythology behind it that I found rather refreshing. You've got so many horror films that come out today, and a lot of times it can be hard to find a refreshing concept. And I definitely think The Night House is original in that intent, that it gives you something that you haven't seen before. Once again, thanks for watching another video by Centipede Geek for my review of the film starring Rebecca Hall titled The Night House. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe below. And as always, thanks for watching.